Good morning, good morning. What am I doing today? Nothing creative, nothing arty-farty. Trying to work out how I can get better camera positions on the bench, because that is very, very unstable once it's got a camera on it, and better on the airbrush rather than that up there, because with looking back at the video or the other video with that there like that, you couldn't really see what I was doing. You really sort of need to be up and like that, but there's no way I can get that, so I'm trying to think of some things and what I can utilise to do. Anyway, let's I'm going to try something. Don't know whether it'll work or not, but that's normal. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Handsaw cut, quite proud of that. Can't get too close to this, but that's pretty level. Yippee! Moment of truth. See if my measuring is up to scratch. Don't know how I'm going to do this, so I can't hold the camera and do this. You can't see jack shit. Okay, maybe if I try again. No, let's do it live. Bollocks. Swap you over to that one. See if I can swing you around. Oh, camera's going to fall over. That's what I mean. It's so... That'll do your son. See if this is gonna, if I measure correctly. Well, that one goes in, therefore that one should go in. Well, that works, and the idea is to clamp that on there. I didn't want to screw straight in, just because I didn't really. I wanted to make it removable, which I suppose I could have done with the screws anyway, just unscrewed them. But I put some washers around that, and we'll see how that goes. Right, and that was the idea, to have a modded microphone boom arm with that on the top, and then I can have you, that's the height you're at the moment, I can have you up there, but also I could bring you right down wherever I want when I want to show something, rather than relying on the zoom. So I might give that a test now and get rid of that. That gives you a right bird's eye view, doesn't it? There's that. Now without the zoom, does it stay? Can I bring you down? Yep, I can bring you right down, and if need be, I can even go right in. Cushy. Although that don't look straight now you're down here. That does though. If I knock the desk though, oh, it ain't too bad. That's thumping it. And then that should stay. If I move you up, you shouldn't So it shouldn't move too much. Bloody hell. How about up there? Nah. That does not seem to. Maybe if I tighten it up a bit. There you go. Obviously, if I had the stand, it's gonna wiggly wiggly. But that'll do. Get a nice wide view of the desk. Extremely wide view. If I'm doing big stuff, which the arcade bar top will be. So, right, let's see if I can set something like this up for spraying. I've got the spray booth one set up, so should I do anything like that again, that looks better and it's much more comfortable for me because I ain't having to lean round the bloody camera in my chest. Yeah, that will do nicely. Takes a bit of setting up this contraption. Now how about when I'm actually right in the booth? Let's switch the lights on. As you can see, I did get them working. So can you see if... See, most people do all this testing off camera and they don't let you know what's going on. But keeping it real, Phil, third eye, how does that come in? Maybe you can come down a little bit more and a little bit more like that, and a little bit of leveling like that. And if I was hand spraying, hand holding rather, like that, that does work. That works for me. Takes a bit of time to set up, but I'll show you what it is. I've got you on a quick release, so it's just that there, and that is on that block there, and when I want to do desk work I move it to that block there. I think that I've had to put a cage on this so I can get a side mount. It just clicks on like that, and the bonus is when I'm not doing, let's get the levels, it seems to lose it a little bit, but I can tweak that before shooting anyway. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, because that just pulls out, so I can store that or put it out of the way. I would have liked to have used countersunk there, so I could put the mat right up to the edge over to the top, but that don't matter. And some of you may have noticed in the other videos that behind that mini compressor and my new shaker there, I have got a vortex shaker. But the thing with that is, if you use it for a while, yes, it shakes the paint, but one, you've got to be pressing on it, and two, it vibrates your hand like crazy, and I'm not sure how good that is going to be over time, because as I've said, I did work with British Gas and you had the gangers on the road and using the jackhammers, and a lot of them got white finger through the constant use of jackhammers. But that one's better. That one's better because you can just clamp the paint in, set it, carry on your work, do something else, and it auto turns off after 2 minutes. I'm happy with that. I can take that clamp down now, and I can get rid of that monstrosity over there. Exquivalent. Also found another angle utilising the arm that was on the desk stand. I can get a low angle, and that should get everything in and be out. Oh God, just sit on there, will you, and be out of my way. See what a zoom looks like. Moves it a little bit. So that, and anything in the hand like that. 2 angles. Would that be in the way, that arm? Possibly, when moving around, but yeah. Anyway, just trying stuff. So set up. That's the high one. Anyway, some of you may have noticed I've got a candle burning. It's a scented candle. I haven't gone all new wave and run about hugging trees. It's just that the shed stinks of burnt wood and solvent, mainly burnt wood from the laser. So I thought I'd sweeten it up a bit. Although I must admit this is a bit overpowering. It's like a pumpkin thing or something. Someone gave it to the missus, like she didn't want it and she was going to throw it out. So I said, well, I'll try it down the shed. Might make that smell a little bit better. Talking to the missus, she's at IKEA with her mum. Don't know what they've gone to get, but either way, it probably means I've got some work to do. Anyway, I was just cutting up some boxes to take the rubbish out because the bin goes out today, and I thought I'd save a nice bit of cardboard. That way, for the arcade project, I can cut out where the screen's going, and that should tell me whether it's going to be possible on that or not, because I know it's tight. It's very, very tight, and I know I can get the monitor in there, but can I get the connections in there? I don't know, because the connections will either be at the top or the bottom. At the bottom probably, and that is yeah, it's going to be very, very tight. I think I've got right angled adapters, but I think it might even be too tight for them. I'm only talking about, you've only got about 5mm, I think I've got to play with. But so I'm going to measure one of them out first, cut it, and see how it goes. That's when I start the project, which should not be that far away. Right, I'm going to have a Haribo now. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? Like a complete and utter fucking knob, I went and got the measurements. I picked up the monitor measurements, so I cut them, and now the card is exactly the same size as the monitor. Bravo. You've cut the monitor size, not the bloody board size with the monitors going on. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. It looks like I might just be able to do it, but I've got to find some right angle connectors for the USB-C, just to see whether I can get it in. I've still got a little bit at the top, but yeah, I've got to find them right angle connectors now and see, but we really won't know until I actually cut the bloody thing, which is annoying. This is a template, but I've got to remember to design it going on outside measurements, not inside, because obviously if I design it 380 inside using 5mm ply, it's going to add 5mm each end. This is going to be 390, which you can't cut on that. 381 is the max, and I'm pushing it with 380. I think this is going to be tight. Outside measurements, outside measurements. Right, I might start the design of that tonight, and I'll take you through it on the computer. Okie dokie, let's pack everything up. Good afternoon. What have I been doing? It's a lovely day down here. Sun's out, very mild, and spent all morning around the mother-in-law's finishing off the painting. So there you go. What have I got in my goodie bag today? Because every time I come down here from the house, I'll bring a shopping bag with stuff that I want down here, or stuff that I've made. What do we got? Some kitchen rugs, because the ones I've got down here are complete shit. 10 bags of little fruit snacks, because the missus, as well as going to IKEA, she went to Costco yesterday, and surprisingly enough, in IKEA, all her mum bought were some boxes for a Kallax unit, and all the missus bought was a aloe vera plant. So I've got away with that one. What else have we got? Found a couple of adapters, USB-C. We'll get onto that. Printed some glue, spatula with interchangeable heads. So you got, where are we? A little glue spreader that you can whip the head off. Put them over there, spreading glue, and I've 3D printed an exhaust vent for the spray booth, which I shall have a look to see if I can fit that this afternoon. Now, going back to this, when I was editing the video I done yesterday, and where I said in designing this, outside measurements, outside measurements, outside measurements, I suddenly had a thought. If I make it 380 outside, it's only going to be 370 inside, because of the depths of the fingers. Now 370 is really pushing it, because this is 365. So depending on how far they stick out, it might not be possible. I'll show you what they are. Let's bring you right in. These are the only ones I could find. I know I've got some normal. These are them ones. But that's depending on how much they add. on the bottom. You can't see that. I'll just, you still can't see it. Well, I've just whacked that in on the bottom, and don't know whether you can see. Bloody hell. That is going to be mega tight. We're talking millimeters. It might do it though. It might do it. You'll be able to see. If I move that around, see how tight that is? Very tight, and I'm tight on the top as well. That might do it, but was that 365? That's 365. What did I make that? Will be a good idea if, where's my tape measure gone? Down here on the tool trolley where you would expect it. That is 380. 380 is not going to work because it's going to be 370, and that is 375. It's not going to work. I won't be able to cut it. Okay, I'll have to put my thinking cap on with that one. Maybe go and have a look back to see whether I can. No, I can't because I'm constrained by 380. Anyway, I'll have to have a think about that. See if I can come up with some way of getting the leads into the monitor. If not, that's that idea bollocks. Unless I get a smaller monitor, which I really don't feel like spending out on just for this project, because I ain't got a lot of money left, seeing as I went a bit mental last night with the, I don't know if you ever heard of Swift Point. They make mice, very nice mice, very expensive mice, and they just launched their new Z3 last night, and I managed to snag one of the first 1,000, which I got at a discount price, but that was still 138 quid including delivery. But it's got some really special features on it, like haptics, and 5 of the buttons are pressure sensitive. So if, like for instance, you got your right mouse button, which is normally aimed down sight, you can press that and it aims down sight. You press it a bit more and you can set the levels that you have to, how much pressure you put on, and then you can set it to lower the DPI, so you can have like a sort of sniper button, which is quite good, and when you release the pressure it goes back to the normal DPI. So I invested it in one of them, which won't be shipping till June, July, so that's quite a way away. And I also visited the Gallery site again because I had a 25% discount code. So I've got some stuff coming from them, which I will show you when it arrives. But right, I'm going to have to think about that tonight, and I'll concentrate on the spray booth exhaust today, I think, or for the next couple of hours. So I'll see you in a mo. That's a load of shit. It's 100mm outside, and for some reason these are supposed to be 100mm pipes, but no weight whatsoever. Even I've tried to force it in and it don't work. It won't go over and it won't go in. So I'm going to have to design and print my own. Another thing I'm going to have to do is either cut that blind down or buy another one just to cover that window there, because obviously with that in, which will be somewhere there like that, the blind ain't going to come down unless I pull that off and then lower it like that. But I don't really want to keep pulling it on and off, because I'll probably make it 95 and then I'll put some proper ducting tape around it. But I mean, this blind knocks on the laser exhaust anyway and everything, because obviously I don't want people looking through the window. That was a nightmare. You can see how tight it is. No wonder people print right angled, and that just clips on the existing fan guard, so I don't know how good that is, but yeah. So what with that and that's sort of snookered me. It's only 3 o'clock as well. I wonder if I can design, print and get back down here with one of them. Nah, probably not, because it'll probably take a couple of hours to print. Okey cokey, back to the drawing board in always. Seeing as I've got you up there in the heavens, I thought I'd give the the microphone a try, which it might be a bit better audio, but I just designed and started printing that exhaust adapter that I need with a spray booth, and I was looking at it and I thought, hold on, that ain't right. So I had to cancel the print, because in rushing my calculations were off. I would have just ended up with a 2mm wall where I wanted a 4mm wall, because I can't count. So, and that's going to take another couple of hours. It's coming up to 4:30 now, so that won't be done till later. So I don't think we're doing anything tomorrow, so I'll have a go at it then. Sorry about all these chop and changey videos. It's just the way that my brain works, the way my brain has always worked, where I just chop and change as the wind and the mood takes me. It could be airbrushing. I really want to finish with the airbrushing, because I'm not a great airbrusher, and this ain't an airbrushing channel. because I can't teach no one shit about airbrushing. But yeah, that's why a sort of dedicated channel to one thing, I will probably, I've tried it twice and I just end up not liking it. And if you don't like what you're doing, then don't do it. It's like I had a gaming channel with some subscribers and nearly 1,000 views, I think, but I just got bored of it. Basically just having a game every night to make a video, and I started not enjoying it, so I just stopped it. Same with my very first channel, which was on lockpicking. Now that had, what, over 200 subscribers, and the videos have got over 110,000 views. So, but I sort of ran out of locks. I started on the basic up to the high security, cracked them, cracked safe locks. So it weren't a challenge anymore. So I just got fed up with that. That's why this channel is all over the place, because I'll get fed up. Well, not fed up, it just doesn't become fun anymore. And when it don't become fun, I don't like it, and then doing a video becomes a chore. And once you start going down that route, it's like the content is shit. Well, my content's probably crap anyway, but it's just the way I am. So tough shit, basically. I flipped from laser cutting to airbrushing to building things to painting to this, that and the other. So, but I want to finish off the spray booth exhaust tomorrow, hopefully. Then I did want to do some base coating of them T800s that I've got, and then I really want to get on with the arcade cabinet, which that problem, I just think I might have found a way around it, thinking it out, and I might be able to do it. But it's like I want to start that project as well on the computer, taking you through the design processes and everything I've hit. But yeah, I'm gonna have a slurp. So I've got my beer down here, well, a can, and now I'm gonna pack up, wait for that 3D print to finish, print something else. I want to print a custom button for my mouse, and I'll probably have a couple of hours gaming, something to eat, bed. Okay, catch you all in the next one.